Hey, I want to remind you that if you would like to become a sponsor of 270 Weather, there are those opportunities. In fact, there are several opportunities for several small businesses to be a part of this podcast each and every day. Just send me an email, callensky1 at gmail.com. callensky1, the number one, at gmail.com. If you're interested, send me your phone number and your information, and we'll talk about it. There are different levels of sponsorship of this podcast. Remember that, when the weather gets really bad, uh, this gets a lot of viewership, especially during the month of April. I had over 3 million views. I know it even blows my mind, but that's what the analytics say. So it's pretty incredible, the reach of this podcast. So if you'd like to become a sponsor, let's hook up. Let me know. See Alan Sky1 at gmail.com. Hello and good morning to everybody on this Thursday, May the 8th. I'm Chris Allen, and this is your 270 weather. Weather for the 270 area code and beyond. Well, today we've got showers and we may even have a few thunderstorms, especially this afternoon. And yeah, there is a chance some of those thunderstorms could be on the strong side. We'll see if that actually develops. What's developing this morning? Not much. Not much right now. Cloudy skies. We look live from the Plano Cam here at exactly 6:30 a.m. Central Time, Thursday, May 8th. It is a little misty in some cases, even a little foggy in a couple of places, but not a whole lot in the way of rain just yet. That's going to come later. I think as we get into the afternoon, we're going to have a combination of a cold front to the north and a warm front to the south, an area of low pressure coming in, and those two things are going to meet up and present us with that chance, a better chance of thunderstorms into the afternoon and evening hours. Right now, and as you get ready to leave for work or go to school or wherever you're going this morning, uh, nothing of issue at this hour. I think it's going to be mostly during the afternoon and evening hours that we get any activity as far as that's concerned. Yesterday, we reached a high of 72 here in Bowling Green, 4 degrees cooler than normal, the normal being 76. And we had a low of 54, 300ths, 300ths of an inch of rainfall, not 3/10, 300ths. It's really, really small. It's like a trace almost, just a little bit more than a trace of rainfall at the Bowling Green Airport for the official measurement for yesterday. Now, there are some showers, as you see out there this morning on the radar view. Not a whole lot of activity going on. There are some thunderstorms, though, as you head over into the eastern part of the state up toward Metro Louisville. And then you've got some showers and thunderstorms up around St. Louis, down toward the Missouri Boot Hill. Uh, the darker shaded counties here, the gray shaded counties, those are dense fog advisories that are going on this morning. West Tennessee, parts of Alabama, Mississippi, most of Arkansas. Pretty thick fog over that way. We've got a little patchy fog here in the Bowling Green area, but not a whole lot. Visibility is not all that bad here. So, but if you live in an area that does occasionally get some fog when the weather's like this, then you'll want to be careful on your way in this morning. Looking at the satellite view, this is the high resolution satellite. You can see the clouds that are right over that I just showed you from the Plano cam. Some of you to the east of us, like Horse Cave, Campbellsville, Columbia, Edmonton, perhaps even Glasgow, Scottsville, Tompkinsville, Albany, you're seeing some sun through the clouds. But here from Bowling Green West, thicker clouds and some of that misty light rain. Look at all the lightning strikes, though, in the eastern part of Kentucky, north of Somerset, over toward London, up and down I 75, and then over toward Boonville, Kentucky. That's in the far eastern part of the state. They're getting some pretty active thunderstorms over there this morning because of that cold front. And eventually, where our turn is going to come a little bit later, as I mentioned, into the afternoon. And we will, of course, keep an eye on that. Here is a look at the Kentucky Mesonet numbers as of 6:34 a.m. on this Thursday morning. You can see that we've got upper 50s, low 60s, pretty much everywhere. The dew point right there at the same place. So we've got, well, we do have 100% relative humidity. In other words, the atmosphere is holding all the water that it can hold, holding all the moisture it can hold. And that's why some of you are seeing some fog this morning. The moisture will be evident in the form of fog. Later, it will be evident in the form of rain and thunderstorms. Did we pick up anything last 24 hours? Minuscule. 300s, 4, 5, 600s, less than a tenth of an inch across southern Kentucky. You get up to Muhlenberg County, 1500s. But then you go over to Munfordville and Hart County, 3200s, 2/10 of an inch of rain in Greene County, 3/10 over in Campbellsville, half inch over in Liberty in Casey County. That they got the most out of everybody around here. Winds, they are coming out of the east, northeast to our east, light, and then the winds start to shift a little more southerly as we get into the western part of the state. Not much of a breeze. Everything is pretty calm this morning and quiet, but it doesn't really look to stay that way because we are going to see the possibility of some strong to severe storms later this afternoon. Let me show you that because the severe weather risk just really popped up last evening as I was getting ready to do the 5 and 6 o'clock newscasts on News 40. But there it is, just this little area that's off to the south and east of us. That's a level 2 slight risk. Let me go in and select Kentucky, and we can go more detailed on that map. And there you see Bowling Green and much of the 270 and the 364 under a level 1 marginal risk. That's on the low end of the scale. And even that risk is pretty low. The thing that we would be looking out for today, damaging wind and large hail with any stronger thunderstorms that get going. Now, from Bowling Green over toward the Cumberland Plateau, southeastern Kentucky, including London, Corbin, Williamsburg, and then on down into the 615. So if you live in the 606, the 615, and beyond, that's a level 2 slight risk, the yellow. So let's look at the individual risk, the tornado risk. We never say 0, but this is pretty low. It's just barely there. And more so in that level 2 risk area, that's where there's a possibility a low possibility of a brief spin up. I don't think it's really going to be anything any greater than that. The greatest threat is going to be from damaging straight line wind potential, as you see there. Still on the low end for much of the 270 and the 502 and the 364. But as you get into the 606 area code, that's where we're going to see a little bit of a higher risk at 15 to 29% chance of getting some damaging straight line winds this afternoon. And there's a hail threat. Now, this is actually a higher threat, uh, just barely taking in the southeastern corner of Kentucky, but it includes most of southwestern Virginia, a good chunk, pretty much all of eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, and a little sliver of Georgia down there toward Chattanooga and northern Georgia. That little hatched area means that you could see hail greater than 2 inches in diameter. So we're talking about golf ball size hail with any of those thunderstorms. But here, not all that much. So that is the severe weather risk that I see. I don't see anything for tomorrow, the next few days. The weekend looks pretty quiet. And as you can see there, I'm scrolling down, scrolling, looking. No more severe weather risk do I see in the immediate future here for Kentucky. So let's check out the charts, the maps, and we'll see how all this is going to run today. Here is Warren County and the Bowling Green area. Here is the warm front to the south, which is decaying, and then the area of low pressure, which is going to wander around over the next few days, and with the stalled front to the north. Some shower activity this morning, but the big story has got to be the fog, especially over in western Tennessee and those areas that I showed you that are currently under dense fog advisories this morning. We got a little bit of fog here and a little mist. As we get into later this morning, things are still fairly quiet. A shower is possible, but the better chance comes this afternoon as the low pressure system pretty much works its way into northwestern Tennessee and southwestern Kentucky. There's your boundary to the north. These two systems will work together to bring us that chance of rain and thunderstorms this afternoon and this evening. That low pressure system tries to, it's just going to drift. Remember, it's closed off, so it has nothing to steer it, and it's just kind of drifting in the atmosphere. It goes a little bit further south after midnight tonight, and the rain begins to taper off, and the better chance of rain starts to move further east and south. As you see tomorrow, I think tomorrow we may actually get by with a dry day. Yeah, your Friday could be a dry day with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Here we go into Saturday. Saturday's looking better too. Now, as we get into Sunday, Mother's Day, we get some returning moisture from the south. But let me tell you, if you're going to plan something outdoors for Mother's Day, Sunday, go ahead. It should be fine, but there may be a shower, especially in the afternoon and evening, as you see there. Now, this is, I know it's all painted in green, but it's in the light green and it's not very heavy stuff. Okay. So, oops, where did it go? I lost it. What happened to my map? Okay. Well, what I was going to show you is I don't know what happened right there. I hit something incorrect. Let me see if I can bring it back. Yeah. There we go. So here we go. This is Mother's Day. There are the showers, yes, but again, these will not be the kind that just rain all day and bring a lot of thunderstorms and things like that. There's a small chance of that, but not a big chance. The better chance of rain is with this extended trough, this disturbance that comes through, with a better chance of rain and thunderstorms Monday and then again Tuesday. Tuesday could be some of the heavier rain. And then by Wednesday, all of that begins to move away. Oh, you're not seeing that, are you? You're seeing my big head. Okay. Now you should be seeing it. Sorry about that. All right. Let me back it up just a little bit here. Yeah. Here's Saturday. There's Sunday, Mother's Day. And then the better chance of rain with that disturbance Monday, best chance coming Tuesday. And then here's Wednesday as the showers begin to move away. I'm sorry. You had to see my big head. So nobody wants to see that. All right. Let's go to the blender. And you can see that we've got 70s today and the next few days, low to mid 70s, maybe even upper 70s by Sunday. That's Mother's Day. And then we start to see a run of 80s as we get into next week, which is going to feel pretty nice. Most of you are like, bring back the 80s, bring back the 80s. I know after days and days of low clouds and rain and chilly temperatures, I think we're going to recover pretty nicely as we get into next week with some much warmer, more summer like uh, temperatures. Here's a look at the 7 day forecast as I put up on News 40 last night at 5, 6, and 10 on the News 40 weather app and at WNKY.com. 75 today, 57 tonight, 72 tomorrow. And I may just later on erase those 20% chances of rain both Friday and Saturday. Just take those out. Bring back a chance on Sunday, but not enough to wash out Mother's Day. If you're going to do a cookout or go to the lake, you should be fine. As we get into Monday and Tuesday, though, those are going to be your best chances of getting some rain and thunderstorms with highs in the mid to upper 70s. And then we go into the 80s next Wednesday. Well, let's see here. Um, Here's Greg. Hey, Chris, how do you watch all them TV monitors all at the same time? Well, I mean, they're all monitoring weather channels, if you will. Yes, the Weather Channel. Then you have Fox Weather. Then you have AccuWeather. Then you have Weather Central or Weather Nation is another one. So I just keep them up, and this one behind me is just radar. It's just always on the radar, so I can look at all those anytime, and I just see what some of the other networks are talking about and what they are discussing as far as the weather before I come on. And then during times of, severe weather or active weather, I try to just watch and see how they're covering some of the some of the things that are going on. So it's more there for aesthetics than anything else, but I do pay attention to what they're saying because it helps. It's almost like a local newsroom, like News 40's newsroom monitors NBC and CBS and CNN and some of the other networks to see what the big news is going on, and then we have the local news. So it's just kind of like that. Michael, good morning, Chris. Just a quick FYI, your tagline is still showing Wednesday, May 7th. Oh, it is? Hmm, that's odd. Where I don't okay. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. I know. there's a place I didn't change it. Okay, I got you. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. But it is Thursday and it's May the 8th. I promise. Okay, that'll do it for this edition of your 270 weather. You guys have a great day, and we'll keep an eye on any active storms that pop up that misbehave later this afternoon. Hopefully, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But here is a big deal. You need to download that News 40 weather app right there in the corner. Scan it, because if there are warnings that come out this afternoon or this evening, you'll get them right there on the app. They'll pop up on your phone. I've got it on mine. I've got it on all my devices. Anywhere I go, it's going to follow me and it's going to tell me instantly that something's popped up. Okay. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.